covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
I'm not quitting. I'm gonna be here until those kids come back home.
Heartbreaking persistence from the parents and from rescuers of the teens missing from the Thermalito Afterbay. We take you live to the ongoing search. And new at 6, the family of a man killed trying to stop a truck theft, sharing their grief and anger.
And we can confidently rule out any accidental fire that happened here.
And we're following breaking news. Tight-lipped investigators make one thing clear. People started the Bidwell Mansion fire on purpose. But first, we continue our breaking news coverage on the Bidwell Mansion fire after investigators revealed that they're looking for the people who intentionally started it. Action News Now anchor Kelly Somm was at today's conference fighting to get your questions answered.
Do you think telling us where in the building the fire started, how would that compromise the investigation?
So I'll be honest, I'm not a fire investigator. And so that's why we called in the state fire marshal. We have CAL FIRE's local team. We have a lot of other detectives, the Sierra Regional Arson Task Force helping us because they are the experts and we're relying on them for that information and for a lot of that expert knowledge that we don't have, that state parks does not have directly.
Is there someone from the fire marshal's office who could address that aspect of it?
They're not going to because we're not going to compromise the criminal investigation. And that was a decision that was made by the state parks and CAL FIRE.
It seems like this fire spread extremely quickly. Why did the fire spread so fast through this building?
Again, as part of the arson investigation, I can't share that information with you.
I don't think it's part of the investigation. What is it about this building that caused it to burn so quickly? That's not part of the investigation.
It is, and I can't share that with you, but I will ask and answer another question if someone else would like a chance.
State Park says it does not know who the people responsible are. Now, Kelly continued to press for more information about a potential suspect or suspects, and she asked them, what potentially they looked like. Were they maybe homeless people? She asked all sorts of questions there. Basically, State Park said that it would compromise the investigation to release the information. That was the answer she got back for just about everything. But if you'd like to watch the full interview, find the story on our homepage. It was cloudy out there in Tehama County and really all across the region. You're seeing those clouds fly by in this time-lapse video from Alert California. Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon has returned from his extended vacations. Family, friends, Howie, you saw them all, but you came back home to us. What are you tracking for us?
Yeah, I'm glad I have a great boss here. They let me take all those days off. But I saw a lot of rain outside of California. I saw some cold weather, and now I return to this. Beautiful out here because we're going to have a few days of some dry times. Here's a look at the radar. And again, just really seeing some cloud cover. The higher elevations off towards the northeast. You're seeing a little bit of shower activity in those mountains, rain, and then some snow. Other than that, on the complete dry side, temperature-wise, we were above average today with temperatures in the lower 60s. We're cooling down now into the low 50s. Higher elevations already dropping down into the 30s. Now I'm showing the winds. The winds for the most part on the lighter side. As those storms exit, winds can be a little stronger in the foothills and mountains. Other than that, not too bad. So we're remaining dry, but as we talked the last couple hours, Haley, storms are headed our way again.
Okay, thanks, Howie. Even though Shasta County's election results are certified, members of this new community-led Shasta County Election Task Force, that's what it's called, they believe that the results are not accurate. And Action News Now reporter Blake Mayfield is live in downtown Redding on Court Street. Blake, you've been following this all day. Break down those concerns.
Yeah, Haley. Members of the Shasta County Election Task Force say that the main concern they have here is the lack of transparency when it comes to machines counting votes and not counting votes. The Election Task Force, they actually had their first rally. You can't see it, obviously, because it's dark, but they had their first rally behind me here on Court Street around noon earlier today, and around 15 people showed up for that rally. Members of the task force believe letting the public observe hand counting at precincts is the only way to restore confidence in the county's elections. The rally was organized and led by Laura Hobbs, a doctor that ran for District 2 supervisor back in March. Hobbs lost that race and a few appeals in Shasta County Court after results were certified. Hobbs says her concerns about election results goes beyond just her and the task force, though. She says she's fearful the county could be sued over results due to number discrepancies.
When the Shasta County produces elections such as these and certifies them in violation of California state law, they do leave the county open and liable to lawsuits.
So we're really disappointed that Gavin Newsom didn't stop by to see us yesterday at the Election Commission. We could have asked him some questions.
Shasta County's election results were first certified back on December 3rd by Registrar of Voters Tom Toller and the California Secretary of State last Friday. If the Shasta County Election Task Force were to contest election results at this point, it would have to pay for a recount with its own money. The National Conference of State Legislatures says contests must be done within 30 days of certification. Shasta County's public info officer confirmed in an email that nobody at the county level was invited or informed about the rally before it took place today. Nobody from the county showed up except District 4 Supervisor Patrick Jones, who was at the rally here on Court Street earlier today. Reporting live in Redding, I'm Blake Mayfield, Action News Now.
Thanks, Blake. Hobbs is also looking to decertify the March primary election results. Hobbs lost to Matt Plummer as the next District 2 supervisor in that election. The city of Oroville honored outgoing Police Chief Bill Lagrone today. This comes after 22 years on the force. We told you back in August that the city decided not to extend his contract once it expires on January 5th. Well, the city said Chief Lagrone decided to retire at year's end. Butte County DA Mike Ramsey gave him a send-off at tonight's meeting.
One of the things that was his shining North Star was what was best for the community. What was best in the sense of, not for him, but in stepping up, not only as the police chief, but the city administrator, the public works director, the sewage director. I don't know, you did just about everything. You had enough hats there. But he is a star.
The council approved a contract with Jason Wines to fill in as interim police chief until they find a permanent replacement. Today marks day 4 in the search for 2 missing teen brothers who disappeared while duck hunting in the Thermalito After Bay. Action News Now reporter Margot Rowe shows us the continuing recovery mission in Oroville.
The Butte County Sheriff's Office, along with multiple other agencies, have worked nonstop Tuesday to try to find the bodies of the 2 teenage boys who went missing Saturday after they were duck hunting in the area. 17-year-old Wesley Cornett and 19-year-old Andrew Cornett went missing Saturday morning after reports of Wesley's kayak flipping over and Andrew swimming in after his little brother. Now, we spoke with a volunteer diver who is part of the search and recovery efforts, and while it's unclear what may have happened to the boys, he believes the cold temperatures may have been a factor on why the boys didn't make it out of the After Bay, but that still needs to be determined by investigators.
The water is freezing here. That's the problem. And we were wearing a wetsuit, 7 meals, and we feel the cold. It's freezing. I think that's the problem. They were heavy too, with the equipment, with the pants and jacket. They were heavy, so that was the main problem here.
Now, the parents did ask for more volunteer divers to come out and help out with the search, but the Butte County Sheriff's Office says the agency does not need any more divers, and they do not need any more assistance from the public due to the outstanding amount of agencies that are already on hand from different counties. And BCSO does appreciate the efforts. The agency is asking for folks not to intervene in the search and recovery operation. Now, the family is actually across the way over here, and they have been at the boat ramp where the parents say the boys would typically go hunting at for the last several days, waiting for answers and waiting for crews to find their sons. And we will still be following the search and recovery operation as it appears as crews are wrapping up for tonight. They will be entering day 5 of the search and recovery. Reporting in Oroville, I'm Margot Rowe for Action News Now.
We spoke with the men's grandmother who say that they are already making funeral arrangements, but they just want to bring the boys home as soon as possible. In an Action News Now exclusive, we spoke with the family of Robert Etta, who died on Carnegie Road in Magalia 1 week ago. Action News Now reporter Alejandro Mejia shows us how the family is coping as that teen faces charges for his death.
We're learning more about the 50-year-old man, Robert Etta, who died after deputies say a 16-year-old boy stole his truck and crashed it, and ultimately taking Etta's life. And I spoke with the Etta family, who say it's been a difficult time, the fact that Robert is gone, but also going through the legal process. In an Action News Now exclusive, you will hear from his family coming up new at 11. Reporting in Magalia, I'm Alejandro Mejia for Action News Now.
And in just 2 minutes, we listen in as Red Bluff City Council continues an investigation into one of its own. Plus, the City of Reading wants to connect you to out-of-state communities. We show you what needs to happen to get this proposal off the ground. That's next.